Pitt's offensive and defensive lines, just like this is a deep group on seems like on both sides.
Well, I think when you look at it, it's to me why I believe I kind of switched here a little bit while we were watching today. I had Miami winning this division, but I saw those guys up front on both sides. I said to EJ and Eddie, I said, this is a group. Because you lose Kenny, and it's easy to say, well, how do you replace that? I watched two capable quarterbacks out there today, too. I mean, if worst case, I think it's going to be Keaton. I think everybody would say that. But if Nick had to go out there, we saw what Nick did in the Peach Bowl. And I've seen what Nick's done out here. You see the bodies. I see that defense sway practice one way, and then I see the offense behind with 5 starters returning. And games are won in the trenches. And this team has it on both sides. And at that basis point, that foundation is really what made me flip. I mean, 15 starters returning. I just like this group, and I got them winning the division, and it happened just in the last 2 days being here.
Anything else?
What impressed you the most about Pitt's defensive line? Obviously, Kalijah and Hava have NFL potential in there.
What impressed me most about which? What was the question?
About the defensive line.
Defensive line, that there's depth there. I mean, and also just beyond the defensive line, just the levels of leadership on that defense. But when you got those 2 edge guys that are absolute game breakers and Kalijah right there at the tackle spot, this group's going to wreak havoc. I mean, there was a play in a 2-minute drill where there was just a gang blitz, and you saw just the power, physicality, and toughness of that group. That's going to sway a lot of games. Defense is going to keep you in games, but the fact that, yes, Kenny's gone, this offense is fully capable, there's balance of the team as we've got in the conference. I mean, look, you talk about Clemson and what they are. We know how great that defense is. But there's question marks at the quarterback position. You look at NC State, there's question marks about can NC State be that team that's has the expectations on it. This is a reigning championship team, and the biggest question was, what's life going to be like after Kenny? Keaton looks great, and Nick looks capable. So how could I not expect this team to be right there again?
Charlie Partridge told us yesterday that his defensive line group can bring a blitzkrieg because he said it's not just Kalijah in that first line.
Yeah.
He said they have depth. He feels comfortable with up to like 3 or 4 groups. He can roll out there and give problems. What have you seen from Charlie Partridge that has created this culture here at Pitt?
Well, there's no better D-line coach. I mean, what he can do with that group. What I've seen, it's funny, when we were watching, you don't know where the pressure's coming from. And the scheme is so impressive. Because we're sitting there, I'm trying to pick the offensive minds of the guys I'm here with, and Eddie and EJ, and they're anticipating where, and that's not where it's coming from. It's a guessing game. And oh, by the way, there's freak-level athletes out there that are future pros. Some of those guys who elected to come back, like Ahaba. This group's going to be incredibly dangerous because they keep you guessing, and they have athletes to just break a game.